Well, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time you are watching this live. I just want to say thank you all for joining. Today is our July 2022 partner live. You all know that Vicki over at Vicki's Tigger Tales is my YouTube partner. I do call her Mama Vicki, so you will hear me call her that. And today we're going to bring on Vicki, and then we have a special guest with us. So right now at this time, I'm going to bring Vicki on. Hello, Vicki.
Hello, good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, wherever you're from. So thankful that you are joining us today. Thank you, guys. We love you, and it's always good to see friendly faces.
Yes. So, Vicki, I want to say thank you for being on the live again. And at this time, we're going to bring on our special guest, and that is Michelle over at Raising a Disney Princess. Hello,
Hi.
Michelle.
Hi, Michelle. We're so happy that you're here today.
Yes.
Oh, thank you guys for having me.
Definitely. So usually when we go into our live, we just kind of get to know each other, say our good mornings, good afternoons, and stuff like that, and have a few questions. So first, go ahead, Jamie, and shout out to whoever's in the chat.
So right now in the chat that I see is the artist Devil. Hi, Rob. How are you? You've been a part of my channel forever. And then we have this crazy family. Hello, ladies. All right, and that is all we have right now at the moment. All right, so
they'll be here.
Michelle, I'm going to go ahead and ask my question.
Okay.
I love your Disney Loungefly bags. So my question is, how many do you have in your collection?
Well, I did the count this morning because I knew you were going to ask me that. And 90% of my bags are Loungefly. But I also have a few Harvey, Her Universe, Our Universe, Danielle, Nicole, and my favorite, Dooney and Burke.
Oh,
yeah. I don't have as many Dooney and Burke, and we all know why. They are too expensive.
Yes.
But I broke it down, and I realized, dang, Michelle, that's a lot. But okay, for card holders, I have 15. Wallets, I have 23. Fanny packs, I have 2. Crossbodies, handbags, purses, I have 32. And backpacks, I have 170.
Oh my! Wow,
yeah,
that is
amazing.
That is
my room. My room is wallpapered with them. They are all displayed, all hanging, and I'm struggling now because I'm literally out of room. So it's like, what do I do? I've tried to stop cold turkey, and that dog ain't gonna hunt. That's not gonna work. Yeah. So because they just keep coming out with really cute bags. Yeah. So
they really
some boxes that I haven't even. I've got some boxes that I haven't even brought out yet. I haven't even showed Adrian that we have, because as soon as I show Princess Adrian that they're here, she's going to want them on the wall, and there's literally no wall. So I'm going to have to start hanging them from the ceiling or something. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, something, definitely. I have not nearly as many, but I hear you with the Dooney. I love them. I actually have had a really hard time not buying a couple of them. Yes. I only have one for right now, but I do know that in the future there will be one more.
I have 6. I have 6 Dooney and Burke.
Yes, yeah. I can say it's going to be. I do plan on getting one the next trip that we go to. But yeah, the lounge.
I do have to say on the Dooney and Burks. I have not paid full price for one. I watch for those sales, look for the discounts and stuff, because it's outrageous. But I will say this, with the cost though, I have never had trouble. I've carried a bunch of my Dooney and Burke, and they can take a beating. They're good quality bags. Not that Loungefly isn't, but for the price that you pay, at least you're getting a good quality bag with the Dooney and Burks. I love them.
That's awesome. I got a single one Dooney and Burke. I do have 2. No, I have 3 Loungeflies. But I don't have any Dooney and Burks, and I do want one really bad.
3.
Yeah, I have 3 Loungeflies.
No, Jamie, that won't do, Jamie.
I know. Well, actually, I have 3 Loungefly backpacks. I do have a crossbody purse, and I have 2 wallets. Yeah.
Oh,
But yeah, I still want a lot more. I actually have a Holy Grail bag right now that I want. It's the newest villain bag. It has like all the villains on it, and on the side of it, Ursula. If you all know me, you know Ursula is my girl. She's sticking her tongue out, and that is me. That's so me because I've always done it. That's my selfie pose. I will stick my tongue out. That's my pose.
Hi, Karen.
Hi, Karen.
Hi,
Karen. Hey, Dale.
I have my one and only Dooney right now. That's Dizney. I have 2. One's just like a plain one, a gray, just for an everyday. But I didn't pay full price for either one of those either. My Dooney that I have was a very, very lucky Disney outlet store find. Because you never see them in the outlet stores, and it was before our outlet store actually closed. I walked around a corner. There was a couple of girls that were looking. There was a couple of Kate Spades and one Dooney, and I saw the Dooney, and I was like, maybe I'll pick that up. So I walk around the other side of the kiosk, like the end cap that was on, and grabbed it real quick and just rushed over to the register. Like, I don't even care what price it is. I'm getting this, and it was $100.
Yes.
It was what?
It was $100.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Like that, they're a pretty pricey bag, but they are definitely quality. So I have carried that. It's a Christmas bag. It's the Dooney that is the Nutcracker, the live action. So I have that one. I've carried it all last season for Christmas and absolutely love it. I have dropped it. I've like scooted it. It's been in all kinds of messes, and it cleans up so beautifully and looks like it's brand new still. So yeah, I hear you. I think I have probably about, I want to say like 50 Loungeflies now, maybe, and about 25 wallets at least. So it's getting there.
I know what we're both getting for Christmas.
My biggest collection, I have 3, and it's not bags, but my ears. Y'all know I love my ears. I do have pins, and in my Funkos, I have last time I counted, I had 89 Funkos.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I have 2.
And I have my newest one with me right now, actually, and I'll show it. It's an early birthday present from Mama Vicki. It's the block Stitch.
So cute.
Well, while we're on the subject, I did also want to ask you a couple of questions. So we'll go ahead and get started with those. I'm going to start, since we're on the Funkos, with your special news, as well as tell me a little bit about your family dynamics.
Well, my husband and we met in the late 80s, early 90s. Well, I think it was 89. I can't even really remember. I think it was 1989. And we were both cast members at Disneyland. Aww. And we started dating in 90. And then in 92, he proposed. And that same year, Adrian was born. So we weren't really walking the Christian life then, not as well as we should have, obviously, but it was still perfect. And then our son was born a few years later. So we have kids. Princess Adrian is 30, and then my son Matthew is 27. And sorry, my husband's handing me something distracting me, but Adrian was actually born while I was working at Disneyland. She, sorry, husband distracted me. Did you want me to tell the story of that right now, Vicki? Of Adrian? I'm sorry?
Yeah, go ahead and tell that.
Okay, well, like I said, Chris and I were dating, and weren't really wanting to be serious. We weren't really wanting to be. We thought that we were young, and it was like, okay, we're just going to date, but that didn't work. We ended up being serious and got connected. And then on June 27th of 1990 was the first day that he told me he loved me.
Oh.
And back then was the Pieces of 8 shop. It was a pirate shop. Well, it still is, actually. But it was laid out a lot differently, and it had a few little machines in the back where you can make Pieces of 8 keychains. And he made us each one. This is his. Mine is not quite as worn because he puts his keys in his pocket, but this is the little Pieces of 8 that he made us, and it has June 27th and our names on them.
Oh my God, that's cute.
Yeah, so we just had our anniversary, for that. He proposed August 22nd, 1990. Yes. Yeah, actually, he proposed 1990. I'm sorry. He proposed in 1990. We had a 2-year engagement. We got married August 22nd, exactly 2 years later, 1992. Adrian came 4 months ahead of time. Before that, I was working in the One of a Kind shop, which is now Nightmare Before Christmas.
Okay.
The One of a Kind, it was like an antique shop. And I actually started having some serious contractions, and I fainted. And I went into premature labor with her. Hi, Ginger.
Hi, Ginger.
So I left with that. I did come back and work another week. They gave me a baby shower. And as I walked out to say goodbye to everybody and I was leaving the park, I actually met Whoopi Goldberg, which was one of the highlights of working there. She actually touched my belly. She asked the baby's name. We had 4 ultrasounds, 3 at that time, and they told us that she was a boy. So Adrian came home from the hospital in a little sleeper that said, "Thank heavens for little boy." And her nursery was Disney Jungle Print. And it was really cool talking to Whoopi. I was really excited. And then labor started again. So I went home. And everyone kept coming to visit me, all my cast member friends and stuff. And I was able to keep her in. And she was actually born a week after her due date. She stayed in for a long time.
Oh, wow.
And because everyone was coming and visiting, and because we were such a tight group of friends at Disney, they declared her a Disney princess. So she has been known as Princess Adrian her whole life. And if you were to ask, "What's your name?" That's what she says. She says Princess Adrian.
I love that. That's beautiful. Yeah. I love that.
When we realized that she was special needs, there was some other logistics too, but when we realized she was special needs, Chris decided that, it would be best that I be home with Adrian. I had a couple little jobs in between Disneyland and permanently staying home. But when she was just about 3, we found out we were pregnant with Matthew, and that just completed our family. It was perfect. And like I said, I get a little nervous when I'm on these lives at first, so I'm kind of babbling, but I'm sorry about that. But it'll take me a minute, and I'll be okay. I do it every time with Ginger. I'm just nervous at first, but yeah. So we have the 2 kids. Matthew is technically Adrian's baby brother, but he really lives the role of the big brother, and he's super, super protective of her. He is currently serving in the United States Air Force. He is stationed at Seymour Johnson Air Force Base in North Carolina, and he joined 4 years ago. And in that 4 years, we have seen him 11 non-consecutive days. He was home for Christmas Exodus between BMT and tech school, and we got to see him 6 days then. And then there's just been a couple itty bitty little things where we've actually been able to go and see him, but he hasn't got to come home. He was scheduled to come home 2020 for a month at Easter time, but COVID hit, so he didn't get to come. And the nice thing about it is we are so excited, and that's another reason why I'm so nervous today, because he's actually coming home today. I'm actually going to see him today. He's going to be home for 2 weeks. Don't know when today he's coming in, but he's coming in today. And yeah, he is my hero. I am so proud of him, and I can't wait to hold him. I know he's going to be like, "Mom, come on," but I don't care. I don't care.
I'm so happy for you.
Give me all that right now.
If you think I'm excited, you all should see Adrian. Because we were going to try and keep it a secret from her, but there's
Uh-huh.
just no way because we've been talking about it out loud, between each other and on the phone. Hi, Michelle, and everything. So it was like, there's no way we can keep it from her. So she is so excited. We have a little den, and we have a bed set up in there for like when Ginger comes
Hi,
and visits
Gina.
us. Hi, Tina.
Hi,
And
Tina.
Adrian calls that Ginger's bed. But I'm sorry, Ginger, you've been evicted because right now Adrian's got it set up and we've got flags in there. It's now Matthew's bed, and we've got a banner in there that says "Welcome home, thank you for your service," and flags and streamers, and we're going to blow up balloons, get it all ready for him, and make his favorite foods. So, yeah, we are super, super excited.
Oh, I'm so happy for you. I'm excited for you. That's going to be beautiful.
Well, when Jamie was talking about the Funkos and he got a new one, I got a new one too.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where you're going with this.
Yeah.
I got distracted everywhere. But my son is a cutie patootie. He's bald. He was like, I'm too young for a receding hairline, so he just got rid of it. He's been bald for years.
Oh.
And I saw this little Funko, and I absolutely had to have it. But it's an Air Force Funko, and it's a little bald dude.
Oh, how cute.
And so I had to have it. It's Matthew, and I'm actually going to have him sign it.
Oh, yes.
I love that.
Yeah. So I'm so excited to have this. But yeah, that's my day. I have psoriatic arthritis and psoriasis, and when I get anxiety, whether it be good or bad, I get flared up. So that's why you guys see my face is all rashed, my hands, my arms. My psoriasis is like burning right now because I'm just like I'm so freaking excited.
Yeah.
But it's for a good reason.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
I was gonna try to put makeup on and hide it, but it's like, nah, it's good.
No.
Yeah, the stripes have been earned today.
Yeah.
That's so wonderful. I'm so happy for you. I think that's
Thank
a great experience. So tell us a little bit more about how you came up with your channel, why you decided to go ahead and do a channel, and how you got your name. Yes. Which is kind of already the story. I think we probably already heard that part, right?
Well, Adrian has watched YouTube her whole life. She likes to watch, her favorite kind to watch are when people show their VHS and DVD collections.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, people just show their stuff. This is kind of weird. But then I realized, there's always someone out there that's connected to something, and you can reach other people by showing your collections. Yes. And she's always loved DVDs, so she's always watched it. We talked about doing a YouTube channel, but I was just too protective. I am an ultimate mama bear, and I was just like, no, there's no way I would do that, because if anyone ever said anything negative or anything like that about her, like I said before, you'd see a totally different side of Michelle if someone insulted her baby. But I met Ginger from Just Ginger, and I met Karen from Dizney Inside Andy. Mm-hmm. And talking to those two, they really encouraged me to. They never pushed. They just said that if you did do this, I'd support you. And you know what? It's going to be fine. And it would be so great for Adrian. And I'm so glad that I listened to them and started Adrian's channel, because just in the 6-7 months that we've done this, she has just blossomed. She absolutely loves it. The whole family's gotten on board to support her. And by the whole family, I mean my mom, Matthew, and my husband, and Ginger. And I'm just going to say it. I'm sorry to embarrass you, Ginger, but I don't know where we would be without her. Aww. And she truly is Adrian's BFF. They adore each other. They do their little hi and their little bit every day, video chat. And so we decided to go ahead and give it a shot. And I just couldn't believe the change that Adrian had. It's funny. Adrian can be in her little quiet place, and I say, Adrian, do you want to go for a walk? Do you want to play something? No. Do you want to watch a movie? No. Do you want to do some of your phonics? No. Hey, Adrian, do you want to film? And boom, she's just up and about, getting dressed, picking her Disney shirts, and she's very choosy. And every time you see her video, she chooses her own shirt and her own ears. And it's just, she's talking more. She's trying to enunciate more. our farewell at the end of the video, she did on her own. She came up with that on her own. And I'm seeing a little bit of an independence there that I've never seen in her. Adrian is on the autism spectrum, and she is considered moderate functioning. But if you know anything about the spectrum is huge this way as well as this way. And moderate is very vague. Adrian is actually at the lower end of the moderate. She doesn't really have conversations with people. Her communication is limited and stuff. She has no concept of danger. Little things like this are keeping Adrian from being independent. She's not, as heartbreaking as to say, reality is Adrian will never be fully independent and never be married or have children of her own. So I'm always trying to give Adrian something in return, because I know that she's not going to have the lifestyle that, as a mom, when you have a daughter, you're excited about these things, and these things aren't going to happen. So I need to have other ways to show her the world is open to her too. Just because she's special needs, she doesn't have to like be in a corner and quiet. She can still live and have a voice and reside in the community too, in her own way. And this YouTube channel has been an awesome way for her to do that. She's met new friends. She's talked to so many other people. We have subscribers in so many different countries. India, Australia, Alaska, it's not a different country, but Alaska, Europe. We have 2 really neat people we're talking to right now in China, Japan, and it's really neat. And most of these are special needs people and families. We've had mothers contact me and Chris, through email, saying that they're really appreciated that we were brave enough to start this channel, because they know, as a special needs parent, how scary it is. It's a different level than everyone else. And I'm not trying to be selfish or anything when I say that, but it's a totally different level. So when we have these other parents reach out to us and tell us that they're finding their bravery through us, it's really, really humbling. Yeah. And when we hear stories of special needs kids and adults that watch Adrian and they duplicate her, or they want to be like her, and they start to come out of their shell a little bit, I'm actually getting emotional. It's my favorite part of starting this entire channel. Absolutely. And the reason why we chose Raising a Disney Princess is because it perfectly describes us. Because like I said, she was raised Disney. And when we made our logo, we wanted to make sure that both were represented. The princess, the Disney part of her, because that Disney is who we are. And then the autism, because that is what we are, and autism is not who we are. It's what we are. It's because what we deal with it every day, and we've become champions doing it. And I'm so proud of her. She is my warrior. She is my champion. But who we are is just a fun loving, very tight knit Disney loving family. Yeah. So that's why we came up with Raising a Disney Princess. And our logo has the autism puzzle piece and then the Mickey head. So that's why we did that.
I love that. It's so beautiful. And I love to hear your story. And it is so amazing. I don't think that people, and it is very wonderful then that you've taken that step and been so brave to go ahead and start that channel and do that and use that as a tool for Adrian's development. I think that's amazing. And you can, I've watched your first video and then I watched the ones that are recent, and you can see it. It's amazing. I love her. She makes my day. She puts a smile on my face.
Thank you.
That just anything that she has, the ending just warms my heart. It's just, and you should always just be, who you are, be yourself. And
so I really love what the YouTube channel has allowed her to do. And people have heard me say this. I've said this from the start. The subscribers, the number as it grows, it's exciting and it's fun. But we're not in it for the subscriber count.
Yeah.
Right.
We are in it. It's like I say, it's not the subscriber count that counts. It's the community. It's the relationship within the subscribers that counts. Yes. And like we have a bunch of followers and stuff that don't even subscribe because they're in their protected bubble. And that's perfectly fine with us. They communicate with us through YouTube. And if me helping Adrian have a place in this world and giving her another outlet to shine helps other kids and adults do the same, then that's why we're here, and that makes me so happy.
Yes, definitely. It is an absolutely beautiful experience to watch any of your videos and see her flourish.
Well, it's also given me a special needs mom doesn't too often have their own outlet, their own way of relaxing, having fun, and just chilling, and their own little outlet. To me, my breakaway was the bags. I included this with Adrian, but then this channel has allowed me to actually have my own kind of separate, like what I'm doing here with you guys and meeting you guys and hanging out with friends through the internet and talking. I don't always get to leave the house, but I do through stuff like this.
Yeah.
And I get connections with you guys. And I mean, this is how I met my, one of my best friends, Ginger. I have two best friends, Carrie and Ginger, and I was so fortunate enough through this whole Dizney community to actually bond and form lifelong friendships and relationships. And even like you, Vicki, we've become family. So yeah, I really love that.
I do too. I really do too. It's getting me a little teary right now because it really is.
I want to read a couple of the comments real quick. This one came from Karen from Dizney Insight Andy, and I thought it was really beautiful. She says, yes, you are both so great on camera, and I love it when Chris joins in. I love watching you all. Can't wait to see Matthew on the channel. And
yes, Matthew is going to join Adrian for some movies, for some videos. Yeah, they're going to open pins together. They're both excited about that. And then, like I said, we get a lot of emails with questions, and Matthew's actually got a few questions coming his way, so he's going to do a Q&A and answer some of his questions with us too.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's awesome. And then Dizney Crazy Family says, you guys are so awesome. It's always a fantastic day when we see a new raising a Disney princess video. Yes.
Oh, thank you.
When I see your guys' videos pop up, it's like I gotta watch because I love your guys' channel.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, we love yours too.
There was one more. Where was it? Oh, Michelle actually says my cousin Adam, who is the, I can't pronounce that word correctly.
Autism spectrum.
Yeah. As well, loves watching Raising a Disney Princess almost every day. He loves watching Adrian.
Yes, and we're going to actually be doing a shout out to Adam. We've done it before. Adam is one of our new buddies, and he watches Adrian. We have another young gentleman named Adrian, spelled the same way. And we call him Master Adrian because he didn't like Prince Adrian, but he likes Master Adrian. So we did a giveaway one time, and Adrian, rather than the wheel, Adrian likes to pull the name out of the hat. And one time Adrian actually pulled a bunch of names, and she was just having fun with it. She wanted everyone to win. And Master Adrian, his mom contacted me through email because he is lower functioning on the spectrum as Adrian. And he was watching the video, and he went and actually got a bag and then a piece of paper, and he tore up the paper and put it in the bag. And then he rewound Adrian, and he was watching Adrian over and over again. And he would pull out the names too with Adrian. So now on our giveaways, I'm going to be contacting his mom, and he actually lives in Mumbai.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to be contacting his mom, and then we're going to try and find a way that he can help Adrian pull the name of the winner. I'm thinking about having him actually pull the name. She doesn't want him to be on camera, which I understand. But I'm thinking about having him pull the name, and then we will just show everybody who he chose. I don't know. I don't know if people are not going to like that because they're going to think there's cheating going on, even though there won't be. But to be honest, I really don't care because I just want these kids to be happy. You know? But yeah, so I love stuff like that, and little Adam, and it's just That's what I'm saying. I just love these connections. Oh, and yes, Ginger. Matthew's going to go on a live with Ginger.
Oh,
Well, you don't know that yet, actually. But
You heard it here first, guys.
you don't know that yet, but yeah, it's going to be happening.
Oh, that's wonderful. I can't wait to see those. Those are going to be real.
Thank you. I'm excited.
So, all right. Tell me a little bit about you that we don't know already.
You know, I did a live with Ginger one time on my birthday, and I told a little bit more than I probably should have. And people are like, "Oh, Michelle, you're so sweet." Then they watch that video and realize,
Oh, well,
I don't know. But I guess I can tell you that I am one of 6 kids, but I was only raised with one brother and one sister. And my brother Chris and I, we were the definition of best friends. And unfortunately, he passed away in 2015. We were only 10 and a half months apart, about as close as 2 full-term babies can get. He was born November 20th of 1970, and I was born October 2nd of 1971. So we were pretty much known as twins. And we did everything together. We hit milestones together, him a little late, me a little early. And he and I both shared our love with Disney. In fact, he was a Disney cast member as well. I worked in the park, Disneyland. He came years later. When I was there, when my husband and I were there, it was just Disneyland. There was no California Adventure. There was the Disneyland Hotel, which was a place to go in itself. It was just this wonderful place to go. But my brother came along when Downtown Disney opened, and he worked Downtown Disney in the World of Disney store. And he was really big into pin trading. And I guess I'm just going to say something you guys don't know about me is that I've always had a little bit of a mama bear in me, even when it came to my brother. Even though I was the younger one, I'm not shy. I've never met a stranger, even though I'm terrified to be on the lives. Even with Ginger, I'm still nervous, but I'm not shy. I've never met a stranger, but my brother was the opposite. He was really, really shy, really, really awkward, and didn't really know how to fit in with people. So I was like very protective of him. You weren't going to mess with my brother. And even when he came out about being gay, I was right there and made sure that I was his biggest advocate. And I think that is why God gave me a special needs kid, because he knew I can handle it. Because I believe God doesn't give you anything you can't handle. Right. And I kind of flaunting my words because I'm trying not to cry, but everyone says, if you could go out in heaven and meet anybody, just to say hi or whatever, to me, it would be my brother.
Aww.
I absolutely adore him, miss him so much. And yeah, I would love to see him again. I hate that he's missing this, but I kind of believe that he's still saying it. Yeah. And he had his own YouTube channel, and he was just amazing. Sorry, I'm just getting emotional, kind of blubbering. And he loved Adrian too, and Matthew too, but I don't know. Sorry.
Oh no, don't be sorry. It's all right.
Sorry. It's a beautiful story, and he's still with you. And still with you.
Yeah. So I wanted to tell you about my brother rather than tell you something embarrassing about myself, because I got myself in trouble before. So I'm just
That's okay. Sometimes a little trouble is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
We got that little impish spirit in us all.
I kind of understand that, because last year, my brother, who's 9 years older than me, he committed suicide, and he was only 38. And I always looked up to him. I still do. And it's just, I know where you're coming from, because my brother, he was always there for me. It's just, my mom used to call us the 2 peas in a pot, because that's how close we were. And so, yeah, I totally understand where you're coming from. And I miss him a lot. I do. So,
yeah, me too.
Yeah. So we'll kind of switch gears just a little bit. I want to ask a question that could be a little taboo, but not really, because it's not Disney, which is Do I dare?
Yeah,
Like what? What kind of hobbies do you have other than Disney?
Yes.
Well, I used to sing, so that was a hobby. I have COPD. I struggle to breathe to get enough air in the diaphragm, so I don't sing as much as I used to. But Adrian and I love to sing, and used to go camping. Don't do that so much anymore. I think, maybe crafting. But to be honest, choosing something in my life that's not Disney is almost impossible.
Right. I agree.
It's pretty much all Disney. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about the singing.
I sang in the choir in school and in church, and just always loved it. And then when Adrian was born and we realized, she was on the spectrum and stuff, we used Disney as well as singing to help her grow. And Adrian didn't always talk, but it's funny, she would sing. And Adrian had the ability to hear a song one time, and then she had it.
Oh, wow.
She knew all the words, every single song she could hear at one time, and she knew the words. So we would turn lessons into songs. We wrote songs about not talking to strangers. We wrote songs about not touching the pot because it's hot, about it's okay to be different, brushing our teeth, brushing our hair, getting up, getting on the bus, going to school. We would put it in songs and sing together. And so we just became a musical family. And even though Chris, I love you, but he's tone deaf completely, he would still try. And and Matthew became musical because he was in our family. He plays the guitar. And so he would write little songs with Adrian. Adrian strums on the guitar. She doesn't really do it too well. She doesn't really know how to play, but she will definitely do it and sings to the guitar. So we're just a musical family. Just absolutely love it. There's not a Disney song out there we don't know. And when people like to play music in their house, to me, it used to be country when I was younger, but now that I have Adrian, if there's music playing, it's Disney. I used to love country and I used to love the 80s. I would still do, but
yes.
But if Adrian's here and we're listening to the radio in the car, or if Adrian's in the car, it's Disney. If she's not, then I'll listen to country. But everything's Disney. I mean, that's just how we are. Just we're just Disney. I mean, if we stopped being Disney, Disney would go out of business.
For sure. I agree. Oh, that's beautiful. I love that you guys wrote little songs and that's how she learned things.
Yeah.
I too am a singer and to be able to sing too. But that's how I learned too. Some people just learn musically and have that rhythm, to learn the cadence of a song or whatever the case may be, and it just sticks. I learned how to spell in my third grade classes some of the bigger words that are way bigger than what we should have been doing, like by going, encyclopedia was ENCYCLEDIA, and I still to this day spell it that way. I have to in my mind. I love that. That's wonderful. So very cool. Thank you for sharing that one. When did you first start going to Disney?
I don't remember. I mean, I also grew up in a Disney family. We were poor. We grew up poor. I never knew it, not till later, because my mom and dad were great at making sure that we didn't know it. But there was always a Disneyland trip every single year. Now, back then when it was Disneyland and back in the 70s, it was nowhere near as expensive as it is now.
Right.
And you don't ride every ride when you're a little kid. So and that was the nice thing about the ticket method that they had, the e-tickets and stuff like that, because it wasn't too often. And when you were little, you rode an e-ticket ride. So again, it was the three of us, my brother and my sister and I, and my family just found ways to make it fun, and Disney was a big part of our life. I think the first memory I have, I think I was about 4, and I was on the teacups. I have that memory. I had a few others, but I'm pretty sure that was my first memory that I have of being on the teacups. I remember the electrical parade. That's why I was passionate that it came back. I think that I'm going to say this, and it's probably a little sacrilegious, but I think our electrical parade sucks. compared to like Paris and Japan and China, I think that ours is kind of boring. But at the same time, ours is the OG. So,
Right.
and a lot of the original stuff is still there. I do remember some floats and stuff that aren't there anymore, and I miss those. I remember there was cast members that pushed little carts, and the carts had the puppets from the figures from It's a Small World.
Yes.
The cast members would kind of do the little dance and stuff as they were pushing these lit up carts. And I remember one of the cast members came up and he pinched my cheek and I smacked him. I don't remember how old I was. I'd have to ask my mom, and I think she's on here somewhere. But yeah, I smacked him. And then, you know, again, a child of the 70s, my dad smacked me. So, but yeah, I have a lot of fun memories. My favorite attraction growing up as a kid was the keel boats, which are no longer there. I was there. I was a cast member there the year that it sank. One of them sank.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Luckily, I wasn't on it. I was, however, a cast member, and I was on Tom Sawyer's Island, the raft to go to Tom Sawyer's Island. And the cast members in the summer day, because the raft is so full, you're actually on the outside of the ropes and you're holding on. You're like holding on with your feet. Your toes are on the raft and you're holding on to the rope to get across. Because there was a shop across at one time, and that's where I worked for some time. And the cast member took off with the raft, but she forgot to take the rope off. So the raft went boom, and 3 of us cast members ended up in that nasty, murky water. Yes. And I was in a Critter Country costume that had a petticoat, and it was full of water, and I'm walking across the park, dripping, trying to go to costume to change. But oh my gosh, yeah. So I have fun memories of that river, and I have not so fun memories of that river. But
yeah. Oh my goodness. Are there any secrets that you can tell as a cast member, or do you soar into secrecy?
Yeah.
The secrets that I have, some people don't like me to tell because it kind of ruins Disney magic.
Okay.
But I probably shouldn't tell you on the show because they're not exactly G-rated. But
okay.
Yeah. I can tell you where some things happen, you know, but where you can sneak away and do some things. But I'm not going to really tell you that on the show.
Awesome. Just that little tidbit is enough.
Yeah, that's good. One of my favorite things about Disney is when it was made. Even though Disney always knew it was going to grow, you know, they didn't know it was going to grow this big. So some of the shops have itty bitty closets for their storage. In the castle, there used to be a candy shop inside the castle. I don't know if any of you are old enough to remember that. Or
I am
there, but the Walt Disney wanted it to be like if you were a mouse, because he wanted the castle to seem big, but the candy shop to be small. So one of my favorite secrets is when that shop was there, it was on the right-hand side inside the castle, and the storage was mouse holes. So in order to go back and get candy, you actually had to get on your knees and crawl get into the storage unit to get the candy, and then scoot it back out and crawl back out. And they were all shaped like mouse holes to get into the storage unit. So because you're sneaking as a mouse.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
That's a really cool secret. I love that.
Yeah. I'm glad that I was young doing that, because now with the arthritis in these knees, I would not be going through those mouse holes.
Yeah.
When the candy's gone, then we're just sold out, because I'm not going to go get more.
Sorry. Out of that peppermint stick that you wanted.
Hello, everybody just joining.
Good morning, good afternoon. We're so glad that you're here.
Yes.
Okay, so
do you
have any questions for?
I was actually about to ask what she just asked. Do you have any questions for us, Michelle?
Well, Vicki, why did you start your channel?
I started my channel as it's kind of a twofold. I started my channel 2 years ago as a legacy for my father, who passed away right before I started my channel. he was the reason why I am a Disney girl. And because he absolutely adored Disney, and he loved it every single time that I gone. My husband and I would go. We go every year still. And I would call him before I would go, and I would tell him, I'm going to Disney, Dad. And he'd be like, okay, you got to ride Pirates for me, okay? And so we'd have those conversations on my trip over there, because he was at that point not as mobile as he had been in the past. And so we go, and I call him, and then he'd be so excited, and I'd share pictures with him on Facebook, and send him whatever pictures I had, because he was also a photographer. So my father was a professional photographer. And so he'd love the pictures, and he'd critique them, and he'd be like, oh, that's a perfect shot for framing, and all this stuff. And so we had that. Not only did we have the Disney passion together, a music passion together, but also my photos that he absolutely loved them. So I made him a promise before he had passed on, that I would carry on his Disney legacy in whatever form that I could. And so the second part of the story is that my stepson actually said, you and my dad really should, kind of do YouTube channels as a form of maybe a stream of income in your retirement. Is something that you love to do. And I never even thought of that as an outlet. And so I thought, why not put those two together and do a Disney YouTube channel? Aww. So twofold to kind of, because my dad said his favorite memory was me and my sister when we were probably about, I'd say maybe 3 and 5. She was 3, I was 5. And we'd had those little Mickey Mouse caps on with the ears. And we would have our middle names, and we were on the Small World bebopping our head back and forth to the music. And he said that was his absolute favorite memory. And so, Small World and Tigger was his favorite. He was also very much into racing boats, and he had a speedboat, and he named it Tigger. And he had a big, huge Tigger painted on the deck of it, or the top part of it. And so he gave me my first Tigger doll when I was probably about 5 years old. And I carried that thing forever. I don't still have it. I wish I did. It actually got burned in a house fire. But yeah, so Tigger and Small World are very, very special to me. That's something that I just, wanted to go ahead and continue that legacy, as well as really join into a beautiful community that has been some very amazing, long-lasting friendships. So that's right behind mine.
Aww.
Hey, Jamie, what's your favorite park?
My favorite part. Well, see, I've only been once. I've only been to Disney World. So I would have to say Disney World. I've only been once, and that was back in 2004. Yeah.
We have to kick him out. We have to kick him out, Michelle.
Yeah, I've only been once, and that was in 2004. My grandma took me for my 13th birthday. And I do remember a few things, but not a whole lot. I remember Grandma and me. She took me, my cousin, and my uncle and my dad. And me and my grandma was the only ones that got on Tower of Terror. And we liked that so much that we never got to go back. But I always told Grandma, because she was like, Jamie, if you ever go back to Disney, and this was right around the time she passed away, she was like, I want you to do Tower of Terror for me. So if I ever get to go back, I got to do that for Grandma.
See, that's a bad word in Michelle's language, right, Michelle? Like, that's the ride that we do not mention.
Yeah.
One of these days, I will go on my videos on Adrian's channel, and I will explain that. But no, yeah, I'll go with you, Jamie. But I will sit and eat a corn dog while you're on that ride, because I ain't going with you.
Okay.
So, we have to get Jamie out on the West Coast here and get him over to.
I do want to go to Disneyland. That is my biggest dream. I do want to go because that is the park that started it all. That's the park that Walt himself walked through, and I want to go there really bad. And I'm hoping My 35th, it's either going to be Disneyland or Disney World, but I am hoping to go back for my 35th birthday. And next month is my 31st, so I got a couple of time to spend up. I mean, save up and everything, but I do want to go back.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And if I go to Disneyland, I'll let a bunch of my friends know, and we'll have to meet together and have a big old YouTube party.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
I love Disney World better. It's funny. Disneyland is so important to me. It's kind of our legacy. But in fact, Disneyland is Walt's legacy, but Disney World was his dream. You know, and that's what he was working on and everything when he passed away. And so many people came together and finished that park for him. And that's, I love going, not to mention it opened on my birthday, the day I was born.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, and for a special needs mom, there is so much more for special needs people out in Disney World than there is Disneyland. So, but I'll go to Disneyland. I'm only an hour and a half away. Jamie, you tell me when you're there. I'll meet you there.
Okay. Exactly. Tell me, well, we're actually getting close to almost having to wrap this up, and time went by. I cannot believe it.
Yes.
We usually try to end with a couple of lightning round questions that are sometimes off topic, but quick little answers, and you know what you think about them. So, first one, is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes. It's meat within 2 pieces of bread. So yes.
Right. And so it's so funny because we do this sometimes in like team huddles and stuff at work, and so many people are so divided. It's hilarious. What is your Starbucks order?
I don't like Starbucks.
Okay. What's your coffee order? If you have
It is a salted caramel frap, and I love to go to a little local shop here called Six Beans Coffee.
Nice. Okay.
My Starbucks drink is they call it the caramel donut. It's the caramel not donut, but cookies and cream cookie dough shake. It's not a coffee drink, but it's a shake. And I can only get it from Starbucks, and it's actually my favorite one.
That sounds fabulous. Mine is the salted caramel too. I love that. Salted caramel mocha I love the caramel and the chocolate combination.
Well, you put chocolate in anything except coconut. I mean, German chocolate cake is like they destroyed the chocolate. But I hate coconut. But you put chocolate in anything, and I'm a happy girl. I love chocolate.
Yep, I'm there too. Absolutely. Favorite pastime?
Disney.
Disney, Harry Potter. I do like some Star Wars, and I'm a big fan of Marvel. Thor is daddy.
Agreed. Yep, love Thor. Well, that was actually going to be my next. Marvel or Star Wars?
Marvel, hands down.
Star Wars.
I can go either. I love them both, but I tend to kind of lean towards Marvel. But I love them both.
I mean, as far as hunky hunks, Marvel. Yeah. I mean, I would love to stare at Marvel people, but
I pause it.
Ginger says Marvel.
Marvel.
Yeah.
There is, I have to, and I'm going to probably do a little bit more about this, but there is a fantastic restaurant here that Kelly over at the Mickey Bunch has turned me on to, and I cannot stop going to now. It's called Comic X. Local Arizona peeps, definitely go check it out. It's really cool. It has every single, well, I won't say every single, but a lot of huge lifelike statues of all the Marvel characters. It's got a Star Wars room. It's got a Harry Potter section. It is incredible. So I kind of showed a little bit on Instagram, but I think I might do a full.
I remember seeing your pictures.
Yes, they're amazing. I have a picture of me and Thor together that I can't actually put up there because my husband says no. But
I thought you were going to talk about that other restaurant you and Kelly went to.
Oh, that's a different video altogether, but that's a really fun one, definitely. Okay, so what is your favorite Disney classic movie?
Lady and the Tramp.
Okay.
Yeah, I have memories of my grandmother taking me, and I'd say the classic is definitely Lady and the Tramp.
I have two, and one that brings out my childhood big time is Aristocats. I used to watch that over and over and over and over. If it wasn't Aristocats, it was Lady and the Tramp.
Mine, I have to agree with the Lady and Tramp, but my ultimate is Jungle Book.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
That was one of my favorites. I love the animals. The Disney animals and me are like simpatico, so I love them. And then what is your absolute secret talent that like just something that you can do that is a secret that no one really knows about?
I don't know. I would have to ask Chris because I don't know.
I haven't done it in years.
Crossing your eyes and then moving one forward.
No.
My husband goes, "You can do that weird eye thing."
I haven't done it in forever, but I really can't do it now. But when I was a kid, I used to be able to turn my finger, my thumb, all the way back. And it would pop. So a lot of people would say that was my secret talent, but I do have another one that I like, and I haven't done it in a while, but I used to be able to crochet blindfolded.
Yeah. Okay. And Jamie's actually crocheted me a couple of little gifts that he sent over to me, so I do have some of his work. That's really, and he's really good at it.
I don't have the patience for crochet.
I haven't done it in forever, but yeah, I can crochet blindfolded.
How cool.
Ginger says my talent is making good breakfast. Okay, so I love to cook, or I should say I used to love to cook, but lately I am a master at fast food. So, I mean, I can make great, online orders, but as far as making breakfast, yeah, I enjoy cooking when other people are here. I enjoy cooking for other people.
I do too. I enjoy
cooking. I do bake. Like if you tell me something that you want me to bake, I can have it done. You give me a little bit of time, and if it's something I've never made before, I guarantee I can make it with no problem.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. My husband's actually better than me, which is really pains me to be able to say out loud. We had an area in our city that has peach trees, and that peaches are my favorite fruit. And so we went to a peach festival there, but we also wanted to get a case of peaches because we wanted to have a bake off and do peach pies. I hate to say it, I really do, but he won. His peach pie was way better than mine. And he made his crust from scratch. I actually made it from, I am ashamed to say, but it was a pie crust that was already ready made. And it was still better. I was like, that's not fair. He's really, really good, but we are both bakers in our family. And so we like to have our little bake-off competitions. And yeah, I gotta also say that his lemon squares are way better than mine as well. And I can't believe I'm saying this on a live show in front of a lot of people. So
Chris has some mad skill too when he does it, when he does it. But yeah, he's pretty good about just getting stuff figured out. And he's creative. Like I wonder what this flavor would taste like with this flavor, and he puts it together, and it's usually a hit. Usually works. There's been a few that haven't, but yeah, he's pretty good about it. Ginger says she has a question.
What's the question?
Yes, Ginger, what's your question?
No, Ginger, stop. No, she did this to me when she was here. So last time, have you ever had peanut butter on your waffles?
Yes.
Yes.
It's very good.
No. See, I did. I never had. And then she was like, and I'm on, you put syrup on top of the peanut butter? She's like, yes. And I was like, no. And I did. I took a bite and it's like, that dog ain't gonna hunt. What is that about? No.
You
I've
know,
had ice cream on waffles, and that's amazing. But peanut butter on your waffle with syrup, like if you could just like make a sandwich with like waffles and like maybe have peanut butter, maybe some raisins or something, sure, I could see that, you know.
I make my peanut butter from raisin bread. I love that. That is my favorite sandwich.
Here's my go-to breakfast that I do, and a lot of people's like, ooh, really? Do you guys ever put anything in your eggs that is not traditional? Like, do you ever, when you make scrambled eggs, do you ever put anything in it that you would think no one else does?
I put butter, salt, and pepper in my scrambled eggs.
I put pancake syrup in my eggs and eat them like that.
No.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. I don't think it looks... I make them with Parmesan cheese. It's a little secret. When they're a little cheesy, I mix them with water, Parmesan cheese. I can put in onion, ham, and make them like a Denver scramble. I love that. It's really good.
Michelle says mayonnaise in her scrambled eggs, and I could see that because mayonnaise has got the little fatty content. And my husband sometimes uses mayonnaise when he makes grilled cheese. Instead of putting the butter on the bread, he'll use a little bit of mayonnaise.
My friend does that. I have a friend that does that.
And it's actually really good because it's got a nice fatty content to it. So I could see the mayonnaise in the scrambled eggs. I've never done it.
I put pancake syrup in my eggs, and then I scramble them on the pan and eat them like that. I've done it ever since I was a kid. My mom used to do it that way for me. She'd be like, what do you want in your eggs? Maple syrup, pancake syrup, and yeah.
Never tried it.
Yeah.
Never.
I like to make my own syrup for my pancakes. I love to, do it with like strawberries and blueberries and stuff like that. And make homemade syrup and stuff like that. Oh, and Chris does stuff like that. He does a lot of that too. But yeah, I'm just a plain Jane kind of girl when it comes to that stuff. If I'm gonna have a waffle, I just want a waffle.
So this is something I didn't tell you, Michelle, at the when we was backstage, but since it is coming to the end, what's something new that you're excited that's coming to your channel? Do you have anything new?
Well, like I said before, I'm really excited about Matthew coming on. Also, we've taught our kids, Chris and I have both taught our kids, because I was raised this way too, but it's to share your blessings.
Okay. And
we actually bought a Minnie Mouse bag that I was kind of attracted to online, but then realized it didn't really go into our collection. So Adrian's like, giveaway. So I'm like, okay, we're just going to share our blessings. So we're going to be doing a giveaway here next week.
Okay.
Giving away a bag that we did. In all honesty, we did buy it for ourselves, but it doesn't fit in our collection. It's still brand new with the tags, never been used. So we're going to give that away. And we are also planning on taking Adrian out into the community. And Chris and I are going to start filming Adrian out into the community. We're thinking about taking a train ride and stuff and putting that kind of stuff into our videos, what life is like on the spectrum, but still enjoying life. So we're going to be doing some more of that.
Can't wait to see.
That's
Vicki.
Well, now that COVID is, slowing down a little bit. I mean, COVID's still there, but people are going back out in society again, and we kind of need to, because we need to support our economy. But so it's going to be a little bit easier to take her out. And we did take some serious steps backwards with COVID. Adrian is having a little bit of a hard time going back out into society. So we need to kind of start over. So we're going to start showing that on our videos, what that's like.
Okay. I can't wait to see.
Yes, me too. I can't wait to see it. It's going to be wonderful.
So Vicki, what's coming new to your channel? What's in the future of Vicki's Tigger Tales?
Well, Jamie and I have a one-on-one swap for Harry Potter's birthday on July 31st, which is tomorrow. So I'm super excited. He built for me a wonderful box, and it was a lot of fun. So we had a lot of fun kind of like gearing up for that. Next month is my birthday month. I am a part of a birthday bunch, and so that is going to be a few videos on that. I've got some how-to videos coming out that I am working on right now. And I'm going to try to do a little bit of a little out and about in the city and, exploring some new places to see how those work out. And then I am working on something as soon as I work out the dynamics, something that Ginger actually suggested, and I've actually gotten a lot of information and encouragement to try to do. So stay tuned, because that might be coming closer to fall. And I'm excited about that too. But I'm not going to say what it is quite yet. Ginger and a handful of people know what that is, but I still have to work out some of the dynamics. So stay tuned.
I'm excited.
I cannot wait to see. All right, so for me, like Vicki said, I do have a swap with Vicki tomorrow. It is called the Huffleclaw swap, but Vicki likes to call it what do you like to call it, Vicki?
Raven Puff. Because
Yes,
Raven
Puff.
Oh, I mean.
So she likes to call it the Raven Puff. It is called the Huffleclaw, but now that will not be on this channel though. My unboxing will be on my Harry Potter channel, which is called HuffleLand, and that video will go up at 12 p.m. Walt Disney World time, Eastern time. But on this channel, I've never done this, have a video on both my channels the same day. But on this channel, tomorrow, I am a part of a Harry Potter collab that Lena over at the Hall Family Adventures put together. And there's a few of us that's a part of it. But that is at 9 a.m. Walt Disney World time tomorrow. So those are two exciting things that's happening for me tomorrow. And Vicki, like she said, I created her an awesome box. Well, she created me 3 awesome boxes. And next month is my birthday month. Me and Vicki actually has we bought each other some birthday stuff, and that will post on August 16th. And then on August 19th, my actual birthday, me and Maylin over at Miss Sassy Pants did a birthday swap, and her video will be on the 18th, which is her birthday, and mine's on the 19th, which is my birthday. And then and for the fall, I am hosting, this is the first year, this is going to be an every year kind of swap. But I am hosting what is called the 31 Nights of Dizney. And I got 30 channels, counting myself, 31, together to do a swap. Now, this is not a one-day swap, though. Everybody, one person, every night of October at 8 p.m. Walt Disney World time will have an unboxing of this swap. And in October, I'm going to do another fill out sheet. So if any of you would like to be a part of this swap for next year, get a hold of me, because I am looking for people for that swap. But it is called the 31 Nights of Dizney. And me and Vicki actually has a couple videos that'll premiere on this channel in September about that swap. But we have our own little nicknames. Vicki, is it okay if we go ahead and do our little nicknames for everybody?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so Vicki and me we were on the phone a couple of nights ago, a couple weeks ago actually, and we was like, what would be some cool Halloween names? So Vicki came up with Fiona Thing for her, and mine is Frankenstein. I'm Frankenstein. And so we'll have a couple of videos talking about the swap, who's a part of the swap, and all like that in September to get you guys ready for the big finale of October. So yeah, that's what's going on in the future. I do have some other swaps in November and December, but yeah, I'm really excited for what's happening with the channel. And yeah, so let's bring us all back in together.
I think when you say your name, you should introduce yourself as Frank Stein, middle initial N.
What is it?
But I think you should introduce yourself as Frank Stein, middle initial N.
Okay. Okay. All right. But yeah, so that's what's all going on with the channel. And I want to say thank you to Michelle, Vicki, and all of you that's in the chat for joining us today with the live. It was a really awesome live. I really enjoyed it. And Michelle, thank you again for being a part of it. And I'm so excited for you, for your son to be coming home.
I know. I keep looking at the clock, and I'm waiting for the call for Chris to go get him. He's actually at Nellis Air Force Base right now. They're doing a red flag, which is like, it's kind of like Top Gun for the Air Force. Red flag is, and so he's been doing that, and we're just waiting for the call to go pick him up, and I'm so excited. But thank you so much for having me. I'm sorry I floundered a little bit, but I've the excitement of Matthew and then being nervous on here. I'm sorry about that, but I had so much fun. Thank you guys for having me.
You're welcome. Okay. So Vicki, do you have anything else before we cut to the end of the live? Do you have anything you want to mention or anything?
No, I mean, I have. That's actually, further in the future of what's going on in the channel, so I'm good. But thank you, Michelle. It's been wonderful. You were amazing, and I loved your stories. I can't wait to hear more.
Thank you.
All right, so what we do at the end of the live is I like everybody to that is on the live to say their ending, and then I will finish out the live with my ending, and we'll call it a beautiful day. So right now at this time, I'm going to have Michelle to please say her ending, what she normally says to her channel.
Okay. Have a wonderful afternoon. Have a wonderful afternoon, everyone. And remember, be yourself. Bye.
Okay. Vicki?
Thank you always for your support. I really love you all. Ta-ta for now.
Okay. And now me. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for being a part of the live. Please give me a thumbs up, comment down below. And if you're new to my channel, hello, my name is Jamie. I sure hope you stick around. Hit that subscribe button and notification bell where you will not miss any of my upcoming videos and join my YouTube family. And like always, love one another, don't judge one another, and always believe in Disney. Bye, my magical rainbow friends. Have a magical day, and I will see you very soon.